y'all's phones up. All right, we're going to work pretty quick. This is what we did Friday, multiplying matrices. All right, so Kayla, when you multiply them, they've got to match up. And here's what we mean by match up. You got to write down the size of each one first. This one is a 1 row by 2 columns, so it's a 1 by 2. This one is 2 rows, 1 column, 2 by 1. If you were here Friday, explain to me, how do you know we can multiply these?
In the middle.
The ones in the middle have to match up. Okay? If they do, your answer is going to be the size of the numbers, this first and the last, the outside numbers. So look, this is just a 1 by 1, which means our answer is just going to be one number. All right, so how do we find that answer? All right, look, when you multiply these, doesn't matter what size it is, you always go across the row and down the column. So, Kayla, I times these two numbers right here first, I get 15. I then move, and I times these two numbers, I get -3. Added up, my answer is 12 on that problem. All right, let's do the next one. Jacob, what size is my first matrix? 2 by 2. Second matrix? 2 by 1. All right, can we multiply these? Yep, what size will the answer be?
2 by 1.
So it's going to look like this. The answer is going to look like this. 2 rows, 1 column. Let's go ahead and set up that answer like that. All right, so remember, you move across the row and down the column. You always start at the front of the row and on the top of the column. 5 times 7 is 35. Move over. So I got -1 times 4 is -4. Add that up, I got 31 in that top spot. All right, next. Now when you move down and do the bottom row, that's going to get you the bottom answer. 6 times 7 is 42. Now when you move, remember you move across and you move down. -2 times 4 is -8. Add that up, it's 34. This is your answer. Guys, I don't care if you show this part or not. I could care less. I think it helps you, especially if you're struggling a little bit, but if you just want to do it in your head or on your calculator, that's fine. That's 34 right there too. All right, so those were easy because those were kind of small. It gets a little bit harder. Let's go to 13. Anybody got a question? Gabby? All right, you'll have a bunch of these on Thursday's test. All right, 3 and 4 are both really the same thing. So, Gabby, what size is this first one right here?
2 by 2.
All right, what size is the second?
2 by 2.
So, how big will our answer be?
2.
2 by 2. Because look, the middle numbers match up. You can multiply it. Your answer is going to be what's on the outside. 2 by 2. 2 rows, 2 columns. So if you were here Friday and know what you're doing, you guys can go ahead and work ahead of us. All right, so again, we're going to start here. We're going to start on top with the first column. What do I get when I times these two numbers? You get 8. What do I get when I times these two numbers?
-3.
So 8 minus 3 is 5 for the top element. All right, so now to find the next number, let's move across the row to find this number. We're still going to start with top row. We're just going to move over now and do the right column. 2 times -3 is -6. 1 times 1 is +1. Add them up, you get -5. All right, you guys do that bottom row. See if you can find your answers on the bottom row. All right, so watch. Let's go this way here and down here. 6 times 4 is 24. Remember, you always start at the top of the column. Don't start at the bottom and go up. You always start at the top and come down. 6 times 4 is 24. 5 times -3 is -15. Add them up. Is that 9? All right, same thing when you do the right column. You start at the top. So 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. 5 times 1 is 5. Negative 13. Is that right? Y'all let me know if I mess up. Negative 18 plus 5, negative 13. All right, that's how you're going to do 14. The same exact way we did 13. Go and we'll check it. Good on 14. Good? Anybody got a question on 14? I need to look at anybody's paper. All right, good. Let's go to 15. All right, one of these you probably won't be able to do. Let's look at what I mean by that. All right, Caleb, help me here. What is the size of this first one on 15? 2 by 2. What's the size of the second one? Do rows first. Rows by columns. 2 by 3. Okay, so the middle numbers are the same, so we can't do this one. So the answer is going to be 2 by 3. I like to go ahead and set that up. All right, I think y'all are good. Do it from here. We'll check it. We'll get it. We'll get it.
I just did that one easier than I did.
All right, we got a problem on 16. Jada, what size is this matrix right here?
2 by 3.
2 by 3. All right, what size is this one?
2 by 2.
All right, we got a problem.
Is that the D?
Yep, look, these middle numbers have to match up. If they don't match up, you can't do it. You write D and E, it does not exist. But why can't we do it? Let me show you, Jada. Watch, Brady. You would times these two, right? Then you would move over and times these two. Then you would move over, there's not a number down there that I can multiply with the 1. That's why it does not exist. So your column in this one has to match your row in that one. All right, so this one does not exist. Write D and E, and I'll slow down on the next one. All right, let's do 17. All right, Braden Roden, what size is this matrix right here?
That's a 3 by 2.
Very good. What size is this one?
2 by 3.
Very good. How do I know if I can multiply these or not?
Yeah.
Middles match up, so I can do it. How big will my answer be on this one? 3 by 3. Let's go ahead and set up a 3 by 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm going to go step by step on this one. Ready? All right, we're going to start with the top row in the first column. All right, Braden, I times these two, I get 0. I times these two, I get 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. That was easy. 0 goes in that spot. Now, move over and do the middle column. Still at the top. 0 times 1 is 0. 8 times 8 is 64. Add them up, I get 64 for that spot. 0 times 1 is 0. And now when you move over and you move down. 8 times 8 is 64. All right, let's do it again. Let's do the third column now. I start here and I always start at the top. 0 times negative 2 is 0, right? Now when I move over and I move down to the next number. Then I times those two. That's negative 40. Add them up, that's negative 40. It really makes it easy if you've got a 0 in your problem because it's going to make it really easy to add. All right, so look, Braden, if I want to find what the middle row is, I've already done that one. I now move down and I do the middle row and I start back over with the first column. All right, Braden, times these two, what do I get? Times these two, what do I get? 9 plus 0 is 9. Get the hang of it. If I want to find the next column over, I got to use the next column over. 3 times 1 is 3. Move over and I move down. 1 times 8 is 8. Add them up, I get 11. All right. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. Add them up, that's negative 11. Y'all find the answers on the last row. Caleb,
I got that.
bottom row. Jacob.
Yeah, the bottom row's right.
What did we do last week?
Yeah, this is all our.
I'll show you, Brayden. It was easy
the
stuff.
add-in,
Yeah.
add-in stuff?
Yeah, just adding them. That was easy. All right, so looking at number 1, am I on the right sheet? No, I'm not. Talking back, I got the wrong sheet. All right, here we go. So to find your answers here, guys, is a piece of cake. First thing to find the value. What's the instruction say? Determine the value of each determinant of the matrix. All right, so if we're going to find the value of the determinant, first of all, it's got to be a square. It's got to be a 2 by 2 or a 3 by 3 or a 4 by 4. All right, and there is a formula that looks something like AD minus BC. I'm not going to make y'all memorize all those letters. I'm just going to show you the way I like to do it instead. Basically, you just cross multiply. You got to go this way first. The way I think about it, when you read a book, Gabby, you read left to right. Go left to right first. What do you get right there?
No.
All right. Now, when you come back, what do I get here? Negative 36. And when you come back, Braden, you got to flip the sign, so you got to make it a positive 36.
Whoa, why do you have
So because that's that formula I just showed you, that AD minus BC. The minus in the middle means you flip the sign. So I got 24 for the answer for that determinant.
You have to put it in the little brackets.
No. All right, that's how you do 1 through 6. Piece of cake. Cross multiply, don't forget to flip the sign when you come backwards. All right, y'all do 2 and 3, and we'll check them. 4 times 4 is 16. That's negative 48. Flip your sign, it's positive 48. I got 64 on number 2. Negative 48. That's a positive 2. Flip the sign, it's a negative 2. I got negative 50 on number 3. Check those. All right, we're still going to follow our same formula. We're going to do our cross multiplying. We got a lot more numbers this time. First thing we're going to do, we're going to times those 3. Times those 3 for me, what do we get? Negative 30. Write that down up under the problem. Negative 30. All right, now watch this part closely. Next, we're going to times this one, and we got to swing back around and catch the 1. So let me show you a trick. If you don't like the swinging back around and all that, Braden, write the first column over right here and the second column over right here. Exactly how they're written. Do that for me. Write the first and second column over.
Oh.
Write the first and second. Oh. I wonder why y'all said off. Eliminate all that moving across the problem. Write the first column and the second column. Now we'll do our cross multiplying. All right, so what do I get? I already did this. Y'all said that was what, negative 30? All right, just go right in order now. Your next 3 are all lined up for you. See, that would have been the 1 if we would have swung around here and caught the 1. That would have been it. That's 0, so I got plus 0. Then I got these 3. All right, I messed up somewhere. What did I do? Did I not copy that one right? Somebody check that for me. All right, what's 6 times 6 times 4? 144. I didn't remember getting a number that big. All right, so we're good there. Now, same thing's got to happen when you come backwards. Look, we're going to have to times those 3, and those 3. And what do I have to do when you go backwards? Got to flip the sign just like we did on 1 through 6. Yep. So watch. 6 times 5 times 1 is positive 30. So we write negative 30.
This is going to be all one big line.
Yep. Negative 3, negative 2, and 4 is positive 24. So we write negative 24. Then if I got a 0 in my diagonal, it's just going to be 0. Add up those 6 numbers and you got your answer. All right, what did y'all get? 60. All right, that's the same way you're going to do 8, 9, and 10. This is called solving it by diagonals. They've got another method that says solve it by, what's it say, expansion of minors. I'm not going to make y'all do it that way. I think this is the best way and the easiest way to do it. We're only going to do it this way. All right, go to 8. So times these 3, I got 12. Times these 3, I got 14. Times these 3, I got 0. When you go backwards, don't forget to flip your sign. That's negative 12. I'm going to put positive 12. And I got a 0. Negative 28. I'm going to put positive 28. Add up those numbers. That'll be your answer. Leanna, what you got on number 8 for an answer?
66.
66 is what I got also. All right, I'm going to let you guys finish 9 and... All right, look at number 7. Jacob Baum, if you had to guess number 7, how would you guess to solve that one? Yeah, we still just cross multiply. What do I get when I go that way? Coming backwards, that's negative 8x, but what do I have to do? Flip your sign. Positive 8x equals 30. Write it down. Same stuff we just did, we got to do an extra step now. All right, let's solve that for x. What do we move over first? So I got 8x equals 15. Divide it, and I'm just going to leave it 15 over 8. If you make that a decimal, it's probably like 1.8 or something. I don't know. You can just leave it as a fraction. All right, y'all do number 8 just like we did number 7, and then we'll keep moving. All right, so look at what I've done on number 9. I saw the problem. I know I'm going to have to do my cross multiplying. I went ahead and wrote my first and second columns over again. Now, some of you can do it without writing them over again. That's fine. If you want to write them, go ahead and write them down right now. I'll give you a chance. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our cross multiplying. What do I get when I times these 3? What's x times x? Okay. How about the next 3? Negative 24. How about the next 3? Negative 2. All right, is everybody good? Don't forget, when you go backwards, you got to flip your sign, right? So when I do these 3 right here, that's negative 4. I put positive 4. When I times these 3 right here, what do you get? Negative 2x, so I put positive 2x. And last, I've got positive 6x, so I put negative 6x equals 10. Don't forget your equals 10. All right, look at that, see if anybody's got a question. All right, so what do we know that we're going to have to do when you have an x squared? We're going to, first of all, have to get everything on one side so we can do quadratic formula, unless you want to factor it.
You're joking.
Not joking.
This is the last 3 days of this class, Coach Aaron.
Thank
The last 3 days.
Is it?
And you're done.
What the heck?
That means we don't have to pull out quadratic formula. We ain't gotta do none of this.
Okay. You ain't got to do anything like that. All right, so we got x squared. All right, add your x's up. Combine these two, what do you get? Negative 4x. All right, so look, we're going to have to move this over. Positive 10, move it over is negative 10. Now somebody add up these 4 numbers. I got that one, negative 24, negative 2, negative 10, and 4. Tell me what y'all get. Negative 32. Okay, so if you don't want to do quadratic formula, Leanna, you can just factor that, which is much faster. You guys are just better at quadratic formula. Is why I said that. But if you want to factor it, hey, go ahead, factor it out. I'm going to do quadratic, and we'll see if we get the same answer.
Factoring out was so long ago, I don't even remember.
All right, well, let's just do quadratic. 16 minus 4 times 1 times negative 32. All right, now start typing that in your calculator. Let's see.